Amon, there's nobody can tell me. This is not like the Serpentine. This is not like the Serpent speculation. This is clearly, Amon, that Donato is referencing. This certain ghoul that he and Sasaki wanted to discuss that will be the key to unlocking Sasaki's memories as Kaneki. You see the shadow in the just kind of overlooking it, and you can clearly see a long pole arm in his left hand. You can clearly see it. Looks like he's wearing a ghoul mask and everything like that. Everything's shadow, so you really can't tell. But yo, you know the way that it's set up, the way that it's foreshadowed. We all knew, we all speculated, and it seems to be confirmed right here, seemingly from what I'm seeing. Until it's all but 100% confirmed, but I believe heavily it's Amon, and he's a ghoul now, just like I suspected. Tatara took him into Aogiri, and then, you know, Dr. Kano operated, set him up. He's ghoul mode. I don't know what he's doing at the moment, whether he's under Aogiri's thumb, whether he, you know, just broke away and is doing his own thing. Donato didn't get too deep into it, but for me, I'm like, yo, Amon is on his way at some point. For me, I take this as confirmation. I don't know who else could be a ghoul that is so central to Kaneki's memories. Like, I guess Rise, but why would this person be Rise? It doesn't, that's not happening. It's definitely Amon. So I'm done ranting about this foreshadowing towards Amon being ghoul and everything like that, but I'm hyped because I was waiting for something like that. The next big thing with this chapter, Tsukiyama. My boy Tsukiyama is back, and it's sad. It's sad. We're getting to see more glimpses into him when Kanye brings him Sasaki's underwear, which is so twisted. But you see how, you know, degenerated Tsukiyama is. We don't really get to see a shot of him, but his fingers are all disheveled and whatnot. You hear from the conversation with Kanye that he can no longer, you know, perceive things the way he used to. His senses are dulled because of how depressed he is. He can't even fully recognize, and he used to have one of the most skilled noses, and he can't even recognize, you know, fully Kaneki's scent there. But he does have some sort of mild reaction to it, like it feels familiar, but you see how much his depression has diluted his senses and everything about him and just weakened him. And so I'm really interested to see him come into play in the upcoming chapters. It's clear that, you know, Tsukiyama has no idea that Kaneki is still alive. He's like, yo, there's something nostalgic about this scent, but I can't place it. I just can't do it. But once he gets the information that Sasaki is Kaneki, I wonder how he'll transform there. Is it so simple that he can easily rebound from this? I don't know. But it was just nice to at least hear the man speak, because Tsukiyama is my boy. So people are just trickling in all my necessary people. The only people we're missing right now that I need from my favorite, because this, with the Amon confirmation, this is Amon confirmation for me. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, it's not 100% confirmed, but I believe it's Amon. So we'll get some hints to Amon. We've seen Touaka, we've seen Renji, we get to see a little, not really get to see him, but we get to hear Tsukiyama speak, you know. All I'm really missing, I mean, we've seen Ishida, but I didn't really need that, but that was the first, you know, comeback reveal, so that's cool. All we really need, or all I really need, because we've seen some Hinami, we've seen some Aito, I need Uta. I want to see Piero at some point and see how, again, Piero's definitely going to be end game material for this manga. Aogiri and Piero both. And I need to find out more about that. I need to find out about my boy Hide. I just have to know what the fuck is going on with Hide. And yeah, a couple of others. But for the most part, let's explore the other elements of this chapter. Donato, first of all, I have to mention, is just a fucking beast. Like, the amount of insight the man has when he's trapped up, he's been, I don't know where the dude gets his information anymore. I don't understand. Because he's been locked up and secluded in CCG holding for the longest, and he's still getting, do they like send him out at intervals under watch or something, and he goes out and, you know, hits up his contacts? Everybody knows Donato's been contained and he's an informant for the CCG, so I don't understand how he's getting all this sage wisdom, knows so deeply about Kaneki, Sasaki, and his memories and how they'll be unlocked, knows that Amon's ghoulified and he's out there, knows everything that kind of guesses that, you know, potentially Sasaki knew Serpent. So it's all just the Nato with some crazy, crazy insight into everything. I just have to throw that out there right now. Otherwise, Urie seems to be getting the surgery, so they're going to unlock more of his capabilities, break down the F barriers, and he's going to be able to access more of his cognitive and become more Ghoul. I see this as Urie is going down the path where his lust for power is definitely going to drive him down a dark path. It's definitely going to drive him down a dark path. I don't know if he's going to lose control of himself as he becomes more and more Ghoul, or if he's just going to make the choice to go down this path himself, but this is the first step in Urie walking down that antagonistic road. I see it right now. But at the same time, he's going to have a huge power-up. Urie is definitely going to come back with a huge power-up, based off of him being able to use more of his cognitive and control it better, and, you know, become more Ghoul. So, a lot of stuff going on with this chapter, a lot of setup. We get references to Nutcracker, and we get confirmation that Nutcracker is, in fact, you know, working under Big Madam and, you know, the whole gourmet club, and she's kidnapping people from them, which the end was just so hilarious, because I'm guessing the list showed that their targets are actually female, and then she just has this other sadistic side, similar to Big Madam, where she fucked up, you know, Juzo's shit. So, but anyway, the ending was just hilarious to me when Sasaki Kaiki is just like, well, we're gonna be girls then. That's what we're gonna do. Based off this list, we're gonna be girls. Next chapter, I guarantee it's gonna be hilarious if we just get, you know, a bunch of the main male cast of, you know, the Quincke Squad just dressed up straight up like girls, just trying to, I mean, guess Urie will be out of commission, but Sasaki and, you know, Shirazu dressed up as women, you know, cross-dressing, it's gonna be hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious if we get to see that, if that's not their plan. But either way, we get more insight into what's going on with the Gourmet Club. It doesn't seem like, you know, TSUKIYAMA is connected with it at all. It seems as though he's just he's done, he's broken. He's just been in seclusion. Kanye is really the only one that talks to him. Even Chie, we get some more insight into how Chie is related to TSUKIYAMA, which I kind of knew already, but, you know, they were schoolmates, and TSUKIYAMA kind of views Chie as a pet, and he keeps around as like his most prized pet. So Kanye is threatening her and whatnot. She's like, no, you know she's not gonna like that. We can't have that. I'm sorry. I'm his pet. I'm his most prized possession. And it seems that she hangs around him because in the past she got to take photographs 9 years ago of Tsukiyama's, you know, first real gourmet meal, as it seems, and she just is infatuated with the horrors of the Ghoul world, it seems, and wants to have more fun. She just finds it entertaining. So a lot of exposition in this chapter. We get to see Touaka for a brief second again, kind of digging for information from Sasaki as he's over at the Rienteku. And asking sort of questions like, are you a teacher? Like, where are you? And he answers her saying he's part of the CCG, he's a Ghoul investigator. And I wonder how much Touaka really knows at this point. Like, I know Touaka knows who it is. Like, based on her initial reaction, I know Touaka knows who it is. So it's interesting how Ishida is kind of tiptoeing around some of these reveals, slowly building things up and putting things in place, and just all the interrelations will come to fruition, and it's gonna flood out at a certain point. We still have a while to go, but at a certain point, Kaneki is going to flood to the surface. It's done. And at the same time, how is his Kakuja self being suppressed? How is he? We still haven't got anything addressed as to, how he's surviving, what he's eating, what he's doing. Is he eating ghouls? Are they having him continue to eat ghouls? And why hasn't the Kakuja side of him overwhelmed him yet? Is some sort of shit that, has been placed on him? I don't know. I really don't know, but still, nonetheless, like, Arima could have done something. I don't know. It's still a lot, but Ishida is building it up in such a nice pace way, and it was hard to wait for this chapter because the Raws had been up for so long. I've just been waiting for it to be translated. It took like 2 weeks, man. I was just dying, but it was awesome to finally get to see a glimpse of Tsukiyama in the shadows and see what state he's in at this point. Find out more about Nutcracker. You see more of the structure of the CCG as well, which is what has really been helping to provide as well. Finding out about Amon, basically. It seems as though this key to unlocking Sasaki's memories is Amon, and Amon is a Ghoul now. Whether he's with Aogiri or he's rogue, who knows what's going on, but I'm hyped. I'm so fucking hyped for that. That's the best part of this chapter for me, honestly. It's the best part of this chapter. And, if we had seen a shot of Tsukiyama, then that would have probably taken it for me, but right now, both of them being hinted at, it's awesome. It's fucking awesome. Let me know your thoughts on this chapter, Tokyo Ghoul. How is Ude gonna come out of the surgery? He's gonna lose more control of himself. What's gonna go on there? What did Sasaki mean by they will be girls? Are we gonna get to see some Quincke Squad, cross-dressing action? I don't know. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be hilarious. I can't wait for next chapter, Tokyo Ghoul. So let me know your thoughts, and I'm out. Peace.